Schizophrenia is characterized by hallmark symptoms of hallucinations and delusions, as well as affective flattening, social withdrawal, and for many, cognitive impairment. While currently available pharmacological treatments are quite effective in improving positive symptoms, these hallucinations and the delusional thinking, the search for drugs to address cognitive deficits is ongoing. In schizophrenia clinical trials, improvement in cognition is commonly observed, and improvements often occur not only in the treatment groups, but also in the placebo groups, which of course complicates the investigation of a drug's impact on cognitive performance. Several factors could underlie such performance improvement. It could be, of course, an actual effect of the investigational drug, or for the placebo group, when there is improvement in cognition, it could be an anticipated benefit of the drug, what we refer to as placebo response. Or it could be the effect of practice when completing the same cognitive tests repeatedly over time, which may lead to better performance. Now, to disentangle practice effects and placebo response, in this study, we set out to investigate practice-related cognitive improvement in patients enrolled in a clinical trial of schizophrenia by looking at cognitive performance of 235 participants prior to randomization into treatment and placebo arms of the study, so before either treatment drug or placebo were administered. Participants were adults aged 18 through 65 with chronic schizophrenia on approved antipsychotic medicine for a minimum of 6 months. Participants completed 4 short administrations of a digital battery of tests, the Cogstate Brief Battery, with 10-minute intervals between each round of assessment. Now, as expected, these patients with chronic schizophrenia performed in the impaired range on each of the cognitive tests, with level of impairment associated with psychiatric symptom severity. Despite the very brief 10-minute interval between each round of test administration, no practice effects were observed. Performance remained stable across the 4 trials. Therefore, this commonly observed phenomenon of improvement in cognition in schizophrenia trials was, in this case, not due to practice effect and familiarity with the tests with repeated exposure, and not due to placebo effect or an expectation of beneficial drug effect, again, because we conducted testing before these patients were administered either drug or placebo. So when cognitive improvements are observed in the placebo groups of schizophrenia trials, there may be other factors at play. Those might include increased adherence to antipsychotic medications during trial enrollment. It could be due to positive social interactions with clinical site staff or increased structure of trial activities that may carry beneficial cognitive effects.